Shannon. Yeah. Shannon's next.
Hello, Barbara.
Oh, wait.
Well, what I got here is that it's totally destroyed.
Well, I don't know if there's Zoom or not, but the TV isn't working and the connection isn't working. So we're recording here, and he'll download it later.
That's what I wanted to be sure of. That'll be about the conversation.
I just hit record.
Roger. Right there. Yeah, Roger. That's it. I know I saw you.
You good? Good. Okay. Call the meeting to order, please. Welcome.
You're recording?
Yep.
Okay, you're on? I didn't hear my cue.
Recording in progress.
There you go.
Being recorded.
Confirmation of proper notice.
Notice posted according to statutory requirements, 48 hours in advance of the meeting.
We have secretly taken the roll call, and Shannon is the only one not here,
Okay. We're all good? Everybody's here? Except for Shannon.
except for Shannon. So it's not really a
Well, a
secret.
lot of things have
You
changed
obviously
since
do this more
yesterday.
than me.
Yesterday we thought we had a lot of issues, and now we found out. I guess everybody got the new email this morning. So everything's changed. So now it's, I think, anybody have any comments on it?
I didn't get the email. Could you tell us what was on it?
Well, the email went to the board, quite frankly, and
We were given an insurance policy for full value, and we had changed the bylaws this year to go at a lower value, but now that's not the case. The 93 million, I mean, it's not all one lump sum. Each building is in that 93 million and valued separately. So, and our deductible is 5% of each building's value. So, depending on the value of your particular building, if it was damaged to, you know, $100,000, depending on the building, that might all be on us. But we thought we were going to be, you know, our 10% deductible, which we didn't understand. We thought that we'd have to pay the first 9.3 million, but it's not the case because each building is separate. So,
How many buildings are there?
40.
yeah. And they're all listed separately in the contract that the board members have.
Except for your cluster.
Yeah. Well, that's the power.
They put our cluster as one building, and we actually have two.
Actually, it would lower the price and it helps the, helps.
The least we could do.
Yeah. So, there's nothing to talk about the 10 and the 20 and the 13.
I think the residents would like to know what our bill has
Our
been.
bill is going to be $891,000, which is a 14% increase when we were expecting a 100% increase. So,
Does that keep the wind mitigation at the top level? What is that? Okay.
93 total.
Shannon's here.
Divided down. I got it.
Yeah, I got it, thank you.
And that's a contract for the whole year now, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's basically the same contract we have now, except that for, okay.
Everything is the same as it was last year. We want to get into the lowering, I mean,
Yeah.
Now,
his
let's do
price
that
for lowering actually is much higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, last year we paid $779,936. This year $891,748.
The 14%
14%
is really good.
779 what?
779, 936 last year.
78.
And the exact same coverage as last year then?
Well, yes. Primarily raised, again, is the property and wind. However, the, unfortunately, general liability, and I challenged that, went up some $12,000. And he sent me a sheet that shows that he went to 12 different brokers, and this was the best broker price he got.
Is there a reason that the liability went up?
Yeah, we have a history. We're still living with the history of the burst pipes,
Stack pipes.
from the stack pipes, and we had 2 slip and falls.
So
We've
even
been-
though they're years ago, and
Yeah.
even though we fixed the stack pipes?
Yep.
Part of it is the age of buildings. Yeah, many, if you look through this packet, and of course, we just got it yesterday too. If you look through this packet, you'll see that age of buildings was the main reason. Age of buildings and value of insured was the reason why there was turn downs by at least 12 or 13 companies. But it's good
Even
bedtime
though-
reading.
Even though our buildings are probably better off than most of new buildings in wood.
So what effect was the change on our documents on this, anything at all?
No,
No.
pretty
Okay.
much no, because we did not
I understand.
understand
Okay.
the
That's fine.
coverage.
That would be in there if
To me,
we ever
it's
had to
his
deal
fault.
with it in the future though.
Yeah,
It still could impact us.
That's what I mean.
yes,
Yeah.
it's a good thing
Yes.
It's an option.
to keep intact.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yep.
We have raised our association dues anticipating a what, 50%?
100%.
100%. So will there be some relief for our
Yes.
residents at the
We
third
will.
quarter?
Most likely, don't wanna put any figures on it yet. We have to go through the
Oh, I
rest of this
understand.
year's budget because our trash went through the ceiling and Montgomery County, Manatee County did not warn us when we did our budget last fall. And I guess they're running out of room in the
The landfill?
landfill, and they have to open a new one, so.
That's what I want.
Well, so just so we can let our residents know that.
Yeah, there should be a
At some point,
reduction.
probably the July payment,
Yes,
there will be some sort of reduction in what we're paying.
I hope to prepare a spreadsheet for you for your
Viewing pleasure?
viewing
Viewing
pleasure at the next workshop next Tuesday that will show you exactly how much we have. It's going to it has to anticipate what we're going to pay next year,
Right.
along with how much we're paying this year, along with the incidentals we need for the trash, and then there'll be a figure left.
Okay.
And many people have come to me and say, well, once you collect it, maybe we should keep it for, it's going to be a board decision.
Yeah.
Right.
And it'll be all laid out, and you take a look at it.
But,
I don't think we're gonna go to giving checks back. It
no,
will be a reduction.
No, reduction from the, like, last year we raised it at
Yep.
the third quarter.
Yep.
This year it would be nice to reduce it in the third quarter.
But really, nothing's been decided except
No.
it's gonna come to the board.
Yes.
Let's make sure nothing's been decided.
Yep.
Well, there's no figure.
John, did you say you had a package there? Were you handing out a package?
We have the entire insurance package is here. I'll make sure you get delivered to you if are you home or you're on cruising?
No, home.
Okay. Yeah, well, we'll deliver it to you this afternoon if you'd like.
Thank you. Okay. Appreciate that.
Yep, same for you, George.
I can stop by the office later.
Either way.
So what do we need now to move this
We're
forward?
ready, we need a motion to accept this, don't we? A motion to.
It would be,
We could do it today, because this is an official meeting, or we can do it at the regular meeting, the big meeting.
the big meeting was the 11th and it's after.
Don't you have a date?
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
To get this done?
We
This is-
probably should vote on it.
This is due when?
So,
This is due March 7th, which is before our
Okay.
next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday. Well, quick question.
Go.
Page 10 of the packet, the proposal,
We're having trouble hearing if somebody else is speaking. I think Pam was speaking.
Okay, I'm just referencing the packet, Barbara.
Oh, okay.
On page 10, it looks like the 5% per building based on the appraisal value is only under the option 2. Am I reading that wrong? Should it
No, you
be
are
under
correct.
option 1 as well?
No, you're reading that correct.
Yeah, we're not hearing Tiffany at all.
Yeah, you're gonna have.
She's questioning whether the option 2 should not be incorporated or part of option 1. No, it is a complete separate operation with a different insurance company, period, the end.
But if we go with option 1, the full coverage like we're talking about, where's the part about the 5% deductible with the per building based on values? As opposed, I saw it under option 2 and I wasn't sure if it was
Option
someplace else
2,
for option 1.
option 2 was given to
There is
us.
a 5% up at the top,
Yeah,
under hurricane per occurrence.
Yeah, it's a 5% deduct, that's the point you're looking for. The hurricane deductible is 5%
Okay.
of what's insured, and the buildings are insured individually.
okay. So it just doesn't say that they're insured individually?
Well, it does earlier where it
Oh, it
shows
does
the
it?
values.
Okay, great, thank you. That's what I
Question.
needed.
Page 12, cluster V,
Yeah, I know, yeah.
it's 2 buildings, it's not one.
Okay,
So
well,
is
we've got,
H, so
yeah, we've got to
So
go
is
over that
H.
with him.
Okay.
H is the same way.
That's
That-
only,
that value is for both buildings. So
Right.
You could divide it
But
in
it
half.
probably should be divided out
it
in
should be, yeah,
case something happened to one building, not the
Yeah.
other.
yeah, H
It
is,
would change the
H
deductible.
would be, yeah. Yeah, it's gonna
John?
be better, yes.
Is it my understanding from your email though, that the overriding factor is that ACI is backed by the state of Florida? If we were to go with any of the other options, those are different companies that are not backed by the state of Florida.
You are correct.
Okay, so that's really the overriding factor here, in a
No.
sense?
Now, the overriding factor here is that the deductible that we thought would be $9.2 million for any storm is now reduced to maybe $100,000 or 5% per building. There's building valuations, just for the heck of it, cluster K is valued at $903,000. Well, 10% of that is $90,000. So that would be the deductible for damage to that building. But you'll see it each one. It ranges up, some are 3.2 million, some are 2 million. They vary in size.
You don't mean 10%, you mean 5%.
5%, I'm sorry. Yeah, so it'd be even less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the 10% in the brain, I'm sorry.
So
So it would be half of that.
the one you just read, cluster K,
Yeah.
413 through 417, there are no 2 stories.
No, that's true.
They're all,
Yeah, that's added in every one of those. We're gonna go over this sheet
okay,
with them.
and make sure,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Just a question. If there was a situation where we had a deductible to pay and it was on 1 or 2 buildings, the deductible is spread throughout the whole community, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes. And that'll, when it comes up, there'll be something I want to add to as far as what we talked about yesterday for everybody. You know, like if you get a bill, is it one to bring up loss assessment now?
Yeah.
Yes, probably should. It's a really interesting thing.
Each one of you should have what's called a Florida HO6 insurance policy, which is designed for condominium owners who insure paint in, which is what you really own, okay?
Your furniture, carpeting, all that.
All personal articles, your Monets, your, Mona Lisas, and everything you have in there,
The air you breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, that policy should contain what's called a loss assessment provision. What is that? Should we have a damage, say, to 2 buildings, and there's all of a sudden a deductible of, let's just say, $1 million for some reason. 558 divided into a million, you would be billed, you'd be assessed for whatever the difference would be. Most Florida insurance policies carry a minimum of a $2,000 loss assessment. So in other words, if you were billed $2,500, your insurance company would pay the first $2,000. So all of you should check with your insurance company and enter your policy to ensure that there is a loss assessment provision there, because most of them are written with that, but not all of them. I had a situation in Perico Bay Club where there was 12-unit building. They lost their roof. It just so happened to be that the deductible for that was $12,000. 11 owners had loss assessment, and their insurance company paid the $1,000. The other guy didn't, and he had to write a check for it.
What was that, what was that number?
H06, and I'm sure if you're with the proper agent, you have that, okay?
I understand.
Yes. I called mine, or John called mine yesterday afternoon, we double checked, and it was, yes, it's covered.
Yeah, everything that's written, at least by Brightway, and probably everybody else, but everything written by, if you're insured through Brightway, there's an automatic $2,000 loss assessment in it. We verified that yesterday.
How about citizens?
Citizens, you know, that's a good question. I don't know, Chris. If you're with the citizens, you may certainly want to question it. And I am told over the years, because this has come up not just now, even when there were lesser values, people want to increase it, maybe go to 4,000 or something like that. It's fairly nominal because it's a rare occursion. At least it has been a rare occursion.
Well, my neighbor just insured with Citizens, and one of the things that happened with him was that he sent them the wind mitigation, and they dropped the premium by $500–600.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
When I first got the wind mitigation, same thing.
And that's available. We have the state requires an updated wind mitigation study done every 5 years, and we did it last year, so we're good to 2028.
It's on the website,
yeah,
in the announcement area if you want to make it easy to get to.
Okay.
So there's some good news here. I mean, we were hoping to drive it down to a minimally of what last year was. So, I mean, he smiles when he says 14% increase. We weren't smiling, but that's what it is. It wasn't 100.
Yeah. Well, we weren't understanding the deductibles.
Or even 50, like across the road for me. They
Yeah.
went up 50%.
Yeah.
Spring Lakes.
Yeah.
Why would they go up more?
Depends on the insurance, depends on Spring Lakes now.
They're having trouble with the stack pipes, and they haven't done them yet.
Oh.
Yeah, that's an issue which affects their general liability. And then the newer Spring Lakes that are wooden buildings aren't going not nearly as insurable as our cement buildings.
Are those the ones down Spring Lake Boulevard?
Yeah.
So the ones across from me are the
Same buildings.
same like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So they're also-
Wildewood 2 hasn't finished all their stack pipes, I don't think.
Are those wooden buildings as well?
No.
No, same as ours.
To make you feel even better, Wildewood 2 is paying $2,500 a quarter maintenance
Ah.
fees.
Well,
Versus
Spring
this
Lakes
year's.
is 2,400 a quarter.
I thought it was $2,340. Hey, I got good information.
Well, it depends on the size of the unit.
Doesn't in Wildwood too.
Well, it
The
doesn't.
small unit is the same thing as the
I
2,300.
think it does in Spring Lakes, I'm not sure.
That's bad. Is that where Larry lives?
Yeah, that's
I
what
got a
Larry
friend there.
lives.
Oh, well, I just got a friend I work with, he's down in Wild Oaks Bay, just got assessed $26,000 for a roof.
Yeah. Well, when their roof blew off last year, it was
26,000?
3,500 per unit.
A lot of those Wild Oak Bay are smaller in there, and they really get hit. They
Yeah,
have
like he said,
they
they
like
got
20
new roof, he
units
said
to it.
$26,000. I went, okay.
The good news is,
I had a condominium in Venice that had 3 11-story buildings, and they felt that their lobbies were antiquated, and the board decided to bring them up to New York City standards, whatever they were, but they were beautiful. And it was a $26,000 assessment to each owner, due in 30 days.
Or,
That's why you have,
Does Florida require the HOAs to have a reserve now?
Not until, what,
Well,
26, end of 25?
End of 25.
Yeah.
Fully funded reserve,
That's a-
not a reserve, a fully funded reserve. That's a little different. I mean, most condominiums reserve, very few fully reserve.
Minnesota pushed that 6 years ago. And I figured Florida was on the leading edge, but it's unbelievable that there's units around here that don't have any money in the bank.
Well, they have
Cash
some.
carry.
Yeah, they have some. I had
2 months worth maybe.
When I sold my company, I had 88 different properties, only 5 fully funded out of the 88. I'm not paying for my grandson's roof. I heard that a lot.
Okay, is there any more questions about this? Do we want to make a motion?
I have the
Let's
motion.
get this started.
You have the motion.
I do. I move we accept the insurance package as submitted by Joe Thompson from Gulf Shore Insurance.
And I'll second.
Should identify this proposal, number 1, renewal option 1.
Renewal
Yeah.
option, yeah.
Second.
Oh,
It's
John.
been seconded by John West, sorry.
Okay.
All right. We have
Cookie.
except
Roger.
Yep.
Shannon.
Yes.
I say yes. Denny.
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Dick.
Yes?
Monica.
yes.
George.
Yes.
Tammy.
Yes.
Marv.
Yes.
Yes.
I said Marv. Tiffany.
Stop.
Tiffany.
Yes.
Barbara.
Yes.
John.
Yes.
And Gus.
Yes.
All right, unanimous. Very good.
Okay, that's my sheet.
Okay.
There we go.
That's a homework to deal with.
Yeah.
When we're through this.
Okay.
All right, if we're finished, any other questions about the insurance? Just want to let everybody know that effective Monday, we have new people coming in to be an assistant to me. We've decided to try a little experiment of a job sharing. 2 ladies that have both recently retired, they're professionals in their own field. One is, for the last 14 years, has been secretary to the chief circuit court judge here in Manatee County. The other lady has worked 19 years as a supervisor for Manatee Water and Sewer. And they will be job sharing 3 days and 2 days. I think it could be very beneficial. We've had a little orientation, and it'll save, not only that, it'll save the association insurance money because they're both fully vetted with their insurance and their benefits. And they're excited to come here, and I think you should be too, because I think it's going to work out really nice.
It will also save their sanity.
Yes.
What are
Yes.
their names?
The most recent one said, yes, I got to get out of that house.
What are their names, John?
Yes, okay, Marianne Makar, who has owned here for 23 years but never lived here.
You spell her last name?
Makar.
Uh-huh.
And Betty Clapper.
Is she an owner as well?
No, they're just friends.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Now,
even better.
where Mary Ann is okay because she doesn't live here?
She does not live here. We have had people work here that does live here, but she does not live here.
Okay, I thought it was just, I don't know, a policy, though I haven't seen it written, where they didn't want anybody who lived here working in the office.
Well, I've heard that individually, but it has happened in the past.
Okay.
We promise not to tell anybody your business. Okay?
We'll tell Leslie so.
Yeah. Yeah. Leslie will. We'll tell Leslie. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Comments? Audience?
Richard.
Yeah. How are we coming on the paving, on the boulevard.
It'll be within 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah. I think we decided to wait until right after the first.
I want to know when to go away, that's all.
Yeah. Good idea.
Yeah, so after the first.
It's gonna be after Easter, so that way a lot of people will be gone, might be a little less hectic.
We have a workshop Tuesday, right?
We have a workshop Tuesday, we have an annual meeting on the following Monday. And I guess when we do the boulevard, we're gonna cut off Spring Lakes forever, because I don't know how they're gonna get out when we do the street.
Put a toll booth.
A free tour, that's an oxymoron. That's an oxymoron.
It's gonna be complicated, but it'll be done.
They're going to I know slack, but they're not free.
Okay. Leslie?
I'd just like to compliment the board, especially Steve and John, for the great work that you've done to get these prices down to where they should be.
Thank you very much. Okay, nothing else? I hear a motion to
Adjourn.
adjourn. So moved. Second. Pam made the motion, Marv got in. Marv got his second.
Recording stopped.
We're done. Thank you.